are free, we are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free, we are unlimited. Right now, right now.
I'm excited to be here at this second Lent Sunday. I love the Lenten journey. In Unity, we see it as our awakening to our Christ consciousness, our oneness with God. And as we dive into this, the title is Now is the Time. And I want us to look at a couple of questions. Invite you to look at what does it actually mean to live in the present moment? How could we be living in anything but the present? These are aspects of what we're looking at when we say, be here now. There's many avatars and teachers in our contemporary and across all millennia that have said, come, awaken to the now moment. Now, why would this be? I think we live in a time where our lives are so well documented. We know all about what we have done in the past. And we can get pretty wrapped up in the past. We can also get so anxious and go to so many lengths to try to control whatever might be happening next that we live in the present moment, in the future. I'm all mixed up. And within that mixed up is part of what I'm trying to say. Be here now. Be present. Open a consciousness that we step away from. I don't know about you, but I find that anxiety and getting wrapped up in the pressures, that stress can be a new norm. And we don't have to resign ourselves to always being anxious. We can awaken to being fully present, allowing ourselves a little freedom and a little flexibility to relax into the now moment. Now, from our Unity booklet, Release and Renew, Unity puts out a great booklet every year for the Lent season, and this is no small matter. This is a powerful booklet. And for the reading today, I'm going to read a passage from Reverend Mark Anthony Lord. Now, the living word today is now. And it says, I assure you, the greatest joy in the world is the now present moment, because that is where God resides. We've all missed the beauty and peace available to us if we could just take a deep breath and embrace right where we are. It is the flights of fancy into the past or the future and away from the present that ultimately remove the peace that is possible only in the now moment. Wow, great wisdom. And this is why it's important in our Lenten process to awaken to what's true right now. And whenever we do that, we get to stop and connect with the divine, connect with intuition and guidance, in fact, to all of our supply and our source. This is truly one of the joys of living, is awakening to the now moment. And that's why I say now is the time. The great poetess Maya Angelou, who did find unity and had a great love for unity, says, I have great respect for the past. If you don't know where you've come from, you don't know where you're going. I have respect for the past, but I'm a person of the moment. I'm here, and I do my best to be completely centered at the place I'm at, then go forward to the next place. There's so much available to us. And yes, it's important to bring with us what we've learned from the joys and successes and our failures of the past. It informs and enriches who am I today? What's showing up here to be with you? Because I can get tongue-tied and unable to be here now just as easily as anyone else. We are in a great journey to realize our oneness with God. And this is only going to happen in the now moment, because this is where we're going to find God, where we're going to find our Christ consciousness, our greatest wisdom, and our knowing. As we continue to dive deeper into this, we can bring forward in our mind that there are many teachers who've talked about how important it is to be in the present moment. Ram Dass said, be here now. Eckhart Tolle said, there's a power in the now. And from the compassionate Buddha, the secret of health for both mind and body are not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, not to anticipate troubles, but to live the present moment wisely and earnestly. The reason we're being called to the present moment is there's great truth to realize that we can change our experience. I have a powerful example from my own mother in talking with her about her first birth, my brother. It was a difficult birth and a lot of pain. And time between that and her next, she found this booklet that described that stress and not breathing fully constricts the body and creates pain. And when we can enter into childbirth by breathing and relaxing, we can change the birth experience. And so she practiced this as she was preparing, and when it was time for that birth to come, she said, I need to go to the hospital. So when she got to the hospital, she went up and she said, I'm going to have a baby. And then they said, well, let's get you all signed in, registered. And she said, no, you don't understand. I'm going to have my baby. And so they wheeled her in, and sure enough, she was going to have her baby. But she was so relaxed and using that breathing and relaxation, she had a rather simple birth. Now, there's nothing easy about childbirth. I'm not saying that. But it was easy. And after the baby was born, it was like everyone was asleep. There was no one around. And she was awake and alert and just wanted to talk about, I had a baby. Well, that was me. And that's how I came into this world. And isn't it valuable that we can take something that maybe caused us great stress in the past and change it. Choose a new way. Learn a new way. What choices have you made in your life where you have done something in the past that didn't quite work out? Maybe a relationship didn't work out. And so when you got into relationship again, you were a little more truthful and more present to how you were going to relate with that person to not create the same mistakes again. These are the ways we can live our life more fully, informed by the past, but not living in the past. Ready and open to the future, but not worrying about the future or being anxiety about the future, and certainly not being a worrywart about the troubles in our lives. All of these give us the power and presence of living right here, right now. And I want to introduce this powerful quote from Scripture from 1 Timothy. Do not neglect the gift that is in you. Meditate on these things. Give yourself entirely to them, that your progress may be evident to all. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 14 and 15. This is so good as a direction of we're going to find that wisdom by coming into focus, into meditation, to the gifts we've been freely given. The gift of guidance, of intuition, of strength, of all of our 12 powers, which the 12 power this month is love. And as we bring our faith, love, and understanding to how we live and be, then others will see us living fully. And the joy of living that comes from being right here, right now. We're not shackled by our past, and we're awakening to breathing fully, breathing deeply, and allowing our breath to bring us here now. We're awakening to sensing what is around us, awakening to what our senses can perceive, and becoming fully present. These are the tools that can awaken us to the now moment. And so I invite you to join me in discovering more and more ways to becoming fully present. And I offer these three. The first one is to breathe through your solar plexus. Another practice is to breathe in and then hold your breath for 7 seconds and then release it slowly. And a third is choose 7 objects in your environment that you're fully present to. This will be a wonderful guided meditation as we breathe easy and allow the Unity singers to open our channel to this now moment with come together as one.
Come together, together as one. Breathe in the universal soul. Beyond the restless thoughts, beyond the eye and mind, one life, one love. Come together, together as one. Breathe in the universal soul. I dissolve the lines of separation. I intermingle with the light. Let love run throughout the nations. Let heart and mind unite. Come together, together as one life, one love.
As we breathe easy, let's shift our focus to our solar plexus. Place your hand on your solar plexus. And with each breath, allow yourself to feel your hand rising and falling with each breath. In and out. Feeling the subtle shift in the palm of your hand as you breathe in and out through your solar plexus. Allow this to be 7 conscious breaths. Solar plexus breathing. In and out. In and out. In and out. This solar plexus breathing is a simple way to let our self become present to the now moment. Now sometimes we can get kind of agitated or off center. And a way to work with that is to breathe in and then hold the breath for 7 seconds. And then let it out. Easy. Practice this 3 more times. Breathing in, holding the breath, and letting it out easy. Now doing this 3 times can really center ourselves. But if we're agitated or angry or upset, we might do this 7 times or 10 times. It's a wonderful presencing practice. And the last one we'll look at today is a practice of being present with something. So just look in your environment and see something. Maybe it's the remote control for the TV set. Be fully present. And then look at something else. And really be present to whatever you've focused on. It doesn't have to be profound. It can be a light. It could be the curtains. It could be the rug. It could be your hand. 7 things in your environment. Be fully present and be here now. You'll find other ways to presence yourself. We all know what works best for us: to relax our shoulders, to relax our belly, to set down whatever came before or whatever may come after this moment. Let's allow ourselves to let go and presence ourselves with our divine nature as we now enter the silence. Continue with a relaxed, easy breath. And acknowledge that we can return to this quiet space to realize the deepening awareness of our Christ self, the presence of God, our wisdom, our light. And here is where we operate from for our highest good. Take with you whatever you've received in this time of meditation and allow it to reside with you as a touchstone for our health, for our wholeness, and return back to it at any time. And let's bring our awareness back out of this time by wiggling our fingers, by wiggling our toes, rolling our head. And here we can awaken to opening our eyes this moment and affirm the affirmation that goes with the talk today. Together, I live in the present moment. Again, I live in the present moment. And one more time, I live in the present moment. And so it is.
Step out on the water, release your faith. Every step is stronger. Step out on the water.